have some questions to ask you, and let's see if you can tell what is the right answer, okay? And this is based on facts, okay? So the question is, what's dirtier? I'm gonna give you guys two options, and you have to try to guess. And this is based on factual scientific evidence. People did an experiment, so try to guess which one is dirtier, okay? Alright, first one is a public toilet, like the toilet seat. And the next one is a public bathroom floor. Which one do you think is dirtier? They actually tested multiple bathrooms with, and they went under the microscope to see which one is actually dirtier. So what do you think? Toilet seat or toilet floor? Yeah, number one, toilet, or number two?
After she answers, I'm going to answer.
What do you think? Pastor Eddie said he thinks toilet. It's okay. Even if you get it wrong, don't worry. It's just for fun. And then I'm going to tell you what the right answer is, so then you will know. So
Say it. Because I don't want you to say that, oh, I knew it.
it's okay. We have two more questions after that. So do you want to skip this one? Do you want to guess another one later, Abby? It's okay.
Well, I guess the second one.
The floor? Daniel guessed the floor and Pastor Eddie guessed the seat. The correct answer, are you ready? The average toilet seat in a public bathroom has about 50 bacteria per square inch. So if you measure like this much, there's about 50 bacteria on a toilet seat. And when they did the toilet floor, in about a square inch, the same amount, there's about 2 million bacteria. So the bathroom floor is actually much dirtier in a public bathroom. Next question. All right, toilet seats or a restaurant menu? What do you think? Restaurant menu that you get at a table and you order food from, or the toilet seat in a public bathroom? Menu? What do you think, Reggie? Menu? Wow, let's see. Restaurant, so remember toilet seats have about 50 bacteria per square inch, and restaurant menus usually, of course it's not 100% always the case, but the average menu has about 100 times more bacteria than a toilet seat. That's a lot of bacteria. So, and that's kind of sad because you use a menu right before you eat your food. Last question is, again, it's a battle between the toilet seats and cash, like bill.
Oh, I know.
Alright. What is it? What's dirtier? Money, yes! You're right. Money has so much more bacteria than a toilet seat. And the simple reason is because people assume that toilets are dirty, so they actually clean the toilet once in a while. But money never gets cleaned. And money is touched by hundreds of thousands of people. We don't know who touched it. And it never gets cleaned. It's paper.
It's been passed down by Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast?
Yeah, mine was passed down.
Yeah, mine as well. So it's very, very dirty. And we don't think that way. We might not see it that it's dirty, but even though we can't see it with our eyes, it's so much dirtier than what we assume is the dirtiest place. And one last question. It's not a competition, but this is something I want you to imagine. When do you think our clothes feel the dirtiest to us? When do you think our clothes feel the dirtiest to us? Try to imagine. Alright, I want to tell you, okay? The clothes that we're wearing feels the dirtiest to us right after we take a shower. So, I'll give you a story. Sometimes, when I'm at home, I wear a t-shirt because that's the most comfortable for me. I wear a t-shirt and I don't go out anywhere with it. I just stay a couple of hours in the home with my t-shirt. I don't sweat. I don't do dirty things. I just rest in my t-shirt. And then I take a shower, and then I think to myself, I barely wore it for like 3-4 hours. I'm not gonna go out anywhere today. I'll just wear it again so I don't make another laundry. And I try to wear my t-shirt right after I took a shower, and then right as I'm pulling it over my head, I smell sweat, and it doesn't smell clean. It smells dirty. And what changed? The t-shirt didn't change. I was wearing it right before the shower. You know what changed? I changed. I became cleaner. And because now I'm squeaky clean, my standard of clean has changed. And now what felt clean before felt dirty to me because now I was cleaner than my t-shirt. Brothers and sisters, all of these questions is because we're talking about another attribute of God today. We're learning something about God. We talked about dirty things. So what do you think that we're going to learn about God today?
I know, but I don't want to say.
Okay, you don't have to say it. Today we're learning about how God is righteous. God is pure and righteous. That means that God only does what is right. God never does anything wrong. And God is fair and God is just. He has no evil and He has no sin in Him at all. And not only that, God does not coexist with sin and evil. And God doesn't just let sin slide. He doesn't ignore sin ever. He always brings justice, and that means that God punishes all sin because He's a righteous and fair God. He does not ignore it. That would make Him unjust and evil. It would make Him a wicked God if He lets sin go. But because He's righteous and fair, He will punish all sin. But just like how the t-shirt that's imperfectly fine became dirty when I became clean, I want you to understand God is the cleanest of all. He has no stain at all. So even the tiniest, littlest sin that we have, to God it is filthy and disgusting, and He will not be near sin. Because God is completely pure and unblemished from sin. And brothers and sisters, what does that mean for us? It means two things, and it's very important, so I hope you listen with all of your heart. It matters to us that God is righteous. Thanks, Yeji. Good job. Because number one, you probably faced something unfair that happened to you. Something was unjust to you. You know that it wasn't fair and you didn't deserve the punishment or that treatment, but you got it. And nobody else knows that it was unfair. We can have peace in those situations because God promised in the Bible that He will bring justice to the whole world. Everyone will face God on the judgment seat, and everyone is going to have to be accountable for every word and every thought that they ever had. So Daniel, Yeji, all the evil things and unfair treatment you ever received, you don't have to worry about it because God will bring justice. So we can have peace even if it feels unfair right now. And number two, what else does this mean to us that God is righteous? Not only was somebody else unfair to us, we have to admit before God that we sin all the time ourselves. We are not clean, we are not pure, we do evil things every single day. Not one day goes by without us committing a sin. And that means that we are filthy in the eyes of God and we cannot be together with God. Brothers and sisters, but today is Palm Sunday. Did you guys notice? Daniel's holding the palm leaves. It's Palm Sunday. That's the day that Jesus knowingly entered Jerusalem. And do you know what was waiting in Jerusalem? One thing. Jesus' crucifixion. His death was waiting in Jerusalem, and Jesus knew. But He walked into Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. And the reason is what we talked about today. The reason Jesus walked into Jerusalem was because God is righteous and sin must be punished. But instead of punishing us and sending us to hell and us being crucified, Jesus was crucified to receive the punishment for our sins so that God remains righteous, but He can love us and forgive us. Let's end in short prayer. Dear God, thank you that you reminded us today how righteous and holy